Okay, so today's lesson is 4.2, adding and subtracting fractions with like and unlike denominators. So here's your steps for like denominators. Step 1 is to add and subtract numerator. Step 2 is to keep the denominator the same. And step 3 is to reduce. So let's look at example 1. So step 1 says to add or subtract the numerator. So looking at the 3 and the 2, it says to add. So you're going to add 3 plus 2 is 5. Step 2 says to keep the denominator the same, so the denominator is 7, and the 7 stays the same. And reduce. Let's look at 5/7 is reduced to its lowest terms. So that's your answer. Try number 2 on your own. So it says to do 3 plus 3, which is 6, and the denominator stays the same. Look at 6/8 can be reduced, so you're going to divide top and bottom by 2. And your answer is 3/4. Try 3 and 4 on your own, and when you're ready, you can go ahead and push play. So you should have added 2 plus 5, which is 7/6. And because this is a fraction and not a mixed number, you will keep your fraction as an improper fraction. Looking at 4, you have 5/6 minus 2/6, so you're going to subtract 5 minus 2, which is 3/6. Well, 3/6 can be reduced, divide top and bottom by 3, and you get 1/2 as your answer. Number 5, go ahead and try on your own and push play when you're ready. So you should have subtracted 7 minus 1, which is 6, and your denominator stays the same, which would be 8. Reduce top and bottom by 2, and you get the answer of 3/4. So this is how you do with like denominators. Now here's the steps for unlike denominator. Step 1, find a common denominator. Step 2, find the equivalent fraction. Step 3, add or subtract. And step 4 is to reduce in simplest form. So let's look at number 1, and we'll do it together. So you're going to set up your fraction vertically. 3/5 and 2/7. You will always set up your fractions vertically for unlike denominators. Make multiplication sign, and these are your setup. You always do the setup. So you have your multiplication sign, your line, equal sign, and then another line. So now you do your LCM, 5 and 7. A number that they both go into is 1, so you have to multiply across, and you get 35 as your denominator. So 35 is your denominator. Now you have to ask yourself, how many times 5 times what goes into 35, or how many times does 5 go into 35, which is 7. And what you do to the bottom, you must do the top. Then you ask yourself, how many times 7 goes into 35, or 7 times what is equal to 35, which is 5. And that, what you do to the bottom, you must do the top. Now you're going to multiply across. 3 times 7 is 21, and 2 times 5 is 10. Now that your denominator is the same, it's just like your like denominator. You're going to add your numerators. 21 plus 10 is 31, and your denominator stays the same, which is 35. So try 2 on your own. When you're ready, go ahead and push play. So you should have set it up vertically. 3/8 plus 3/4. Do your setup, multiplication sign, equal, and a line. Right, do your LCM, so you have 8 and 4. A number that they both go into is 4. 4 goes into 8 twice, 4 goes into 4 once. Make your L. And 4 times 1 is 4, times 2 is 8, so your LCM is 8. Ask yourself, 8 times what is equal to 8, which is 1, and 4 times what is equal to 8, which is 2. Multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. You're adding them up together, so 3 plus 6 is 9, and your answer is 9/8. Right, try 3 and 4 on your own, and then when you're ready, go ahead and push play. So you should have set up your problem vertically, 2/4 and 1/3. Do your setup. Okay, so 3 is prime, so you know that 3 doesn't go into 4, so you can just multiply 3 times 4, and your denominator is 12. Ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 12, which is 3. What you do the bottom, you must do the top. 3 times what is equal to 12, which is 4. Multiply across. 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 4 is 4. You are adding, so you add. 6 plus 4 is 10. The denominator stays the same. You'll notice that 10/12 can be reduced, so you can divide top and bottom by 2, and you get the answer of 5/6. So number 4 is subtracting, so it's exactly like you're adding. So all you're going to do is write it vertically, 5/10 minus 2/6. Do your setup. Okay, so now you do your LCM, 6 and 10. A number they both go into is 2, so it's 3 and 5. A number they both go into is 1. Make your L. So this is 2 times 15, which equals 30. So your your denominator is 30. 10 goes into 30 3 times, and 6 goes into 30 5 times. Multiply across. 5 times 3 is 15, and 2 times 5 is 10. You're subtracting, your denominator stays the same as 30, and 15 minus 10 is 5. But 5/30 can be reduced top and bottom by 5, and 5 divided by 5 is 1, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So the answer is 1/6.